In this lesson, we will illustrate how to use a simulation wizard by again analyzing the beam that was presented in Chapter 6. We will begin this process by clicking on the simulation icon. Now, in order to bring up the wizard window, we'll use the options View, Window, and then Simulation Wizard. In the wizard window, we will now click on Insert Stress Analysis. As you can see, a call-out box has appeared indicating that a stress analysis does not yet exist. Therefore, we will click on the New Analysis drop-down menu and then select the Static Structural option. The outline window now includes a static structural folder. However, a question mark precedes this folder, indicating that it is not yet completely defined. In order to analyze the beam, we will be following the required steps that are listed in the wizard window, specifically the ones that are preceded with an X, because these identify the steps that have not yet been completed. We'll now click on Select Geometry in the wizard window, and then follow the call-out box and click on the Geometry drop-down menu, and then select the option From File. The Parasolid geometry file named Cantilever 4x1x1 will now be selected. This is a solid modeling file that was created in a CAD program. We now need to insert structural loads, so we will select that item in the wizard window, followed by clicking on the Loads drop-down menu, and then select the option Force. We'll now rotate the beam so that the Z-axis is vertical, and then make sure that the Face option is selected in the toolbar, and then click on the front face of the beam where the load is to be applied. Now, in the Details window, we will change the way in which the force is defined by selecting Components and then entering a value of -500 for the Z component. To complete the definition of the force, we'll now click on the Apply button. The next step, as we can see in the wizard window, is to insert supports, so we'll click on that item, followed by clicking on the Supports drop-down menu, and then select the option Fixed Support. We will now rotate the beam and then click on the opposite end of the beam, followed by clicking on the Apply button in the Details window. The last step prior to solving our problem is to click on Insert Structural Results in the wizard window. As you can see, the call-out box suggests that we add tools or results or probes. For our case, we will select the results option Deformation, followed by the option Directional. Since our load is applied in the Z direction, we will now change the orientation in the Details window to correspond with the Z axis. And then, in order to view stress results, we'll click on the Stress drop-down menu and select Normal, followed by changing the orientation in the Details window to the Y axis. As you can now see in the wizard window, the next step is to solve the problem, which we will begin to do by selecting this option, followed by clicking on the Solve button. We can now view our results, as we did in the previous chapter, by selecting either the Normal Stress option or the Directional Deformation option in the outline window.